So, interesting topic. Running across other voiceover artists and things like that, and just kind of noticing how some of them have specialties in certain types of voices, or certain types of styles or production that they do. Some of them real good at impressions. Some of them not. Some of them are stuck in a box, and I've always tried. Try is the key word, to have a broader range, and I think one of the ways that I'm able to do it for up and coming voiceover artists, something you might want to give it a try, is basically mimicking. If you ask me to produce a certain sound, sometimes it might be harder for me to just try to think up what you're talking about and do it. So one way you can try it is to find an example of that and then try to mimic the sound. For example, I'm well known for a lot of darker, deeper, like concert promotions and things like that. But when you hear these, a lot of these guys on the alternative rock stations, they don't have real deep voices and things like that. They have more of a 99X, and it's kind of like, in order to kind of hear that and try to do it, I had to pay attention to those, and then kind of not be afraid to use them, not be afraid to go, okay, I'm going to throw that in. I'm going to use my regular voice, but I'm going to use it as a highlight, today's alternative rock, 99X, something like that. Just kind of play with it, throw it in there. But it's also how I do a lot of my impressions. And my impressions are nowhere near perfect. But if you are looking at it from a parody standpoint, it's not important that your impression or impersonation be perfect. It's important that the listener hear the key points that they take away from that person. For example, if I'm going to do Christopher Walken, my Christopher Walken is nowhere near like Christopher Walken's voice is. But it's enough that people go, oh, that sounds just like Christopher Walken. And it really doesn't if you listen very closely, But if I'm doing Christopher Walken, I'm like, hey, guys, sometimes Christopher Walken, he says, ladies, when I look at you, I'm going, hey, your pants say yoga, but your ass says McDonald's. Hey, and it's close enough. And if I really need to go do that for a commercial that I'm going to be making money off of or something, I go and listen to him again before I do it, because I know that's something that I need to do to refresh it, especially if I've done a whole bunch of different ones. So just a couple of little, I know this video has been a little long, but a couple little key points for people who are trying to do it, and maybe ways you can try to kind of expand your voice and do different things. You'd be surprised. I bet you have a wider range than you think you do. Give that a shot. Let me know.